Morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It is Saturday, September 26th, and today's discussion is going to be about market volatility and dividends. With everything going on with the markets right now, almost anything can set the market off. As you guys know, whenever the Fed says anything or any kind of news, particularly when it comes to the market, sometimes the markets can go up and down. Case in point, there are a lot of variables that can cause the market to go up and down. For example, when Apple and Tesla shot up, what is it, about a month ago to some highs before their split, there was a lot of buying from you know investors and whatnot, and it shot up the price. And come to behold, after the split, the prices started to come down. So, and as well, you also have where other companies will buy into the market to shoot up as well, and not as well as speculators can shoot up a stock price. So sometimes you got to be wary when you see a stock price high and the fundamentals are not really there of, well, why is the stock being high? There's a lot of IPOs that are coming out right now that are a lot of companies that are trying to get their hands on. For example, Snowflake, when Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, and Salesforce, they ended up getting Snowflake for what, $120 per share. And when it came out, that thing shot up high. I mean, I think they made a lot of money just that quick, as soon as Snowflake's IPO was released. But when it comes to market volatility as an investor, you got to make sure you stay the course and be careful in when you see certain things that just don't look right. I always say do your research on a certain stock. Me personally, when I look at certain IPOs or IPOs that are just coming out that I want, I definitely try to watch how the market influxes into a certain IPO or into a certain stock, because a lot of times, people, sometimes the investors have their favorites, or there's a lot of people just drawn to a particular stock just because. And if it's a just because, um, you know, just because stock with not too many fundamentals behind or reasoning why the stock is so high, then myself, I get cautious. So once again, when it comes to market volatility, definitely make sure you watch the highs and lows of whatever stocks you're watching. Do your research. Like I said, Google is a perfect place to look up everything. There's a lot of tools you can use to find out what's going on with a company. Next thing we're going to talk about is dividends. When it comes to dividends, in my opinion, I like to invest in companies that's going to give me, a little something in return. What I mean? There are a lot of companies out there that when you invest in them, you'll get, a certain percentage back. And as you can see right now, I'm showing you guys so far what my value is, my stock value is, and also what's important to me is that dividend number. Um, because me personally, I want to be able to build a very nice dividend folder. Now, obviously, dividends can change quickly. If a company can cut their dividends, if they need to save some cash. So always remember that dividend is never anything guaranteed, ever. A company can easily cut back on its dividend if they need cash for, especially what's going on right now in the world, to save some cash. So, you're always on the lookout for what companies are sustaining their dividend um, through this crisis as we're going on right now, because there's going to be there's going to be a lot of companies that need to adjust their balance sheets and cash flows. So, and I wanted to also show you guys as well what I'm invested in as well when it comes to my dividends. I think last week, not last week, but the last video that I did, I showed you guys Sunoco. So this time I'm going to show you guys the FRT, which is the REIT federal investment, as you're going to see on the Federal Reality Investment Trust, as you can see right now. Right now, their shares are trending at $73 a share. So Friday was a good day for the stocks, but overall for the month of September, it's been pretty rough for the stock market. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be very rough, going forward until the economy picks up. And I don't think the economy is going to pick up until there's more people back into the workforce. Because as of right now, there's a lot of people still out of work, and the jobless claims, I believe, these last job claims were over 800,000. But there's still millions and millions of people still out of work. And the sectors that are hit very hard, as I said on the last video, the hospitality, the service sector, has been hit very hard. And on top of that, it's about to get cold. So with the restrictions of how many people you can have indoors in some of these restaurants, it's going to be pretty rough for them. So, but this is another, I don't have a big position in this stock, but I have a little small position in this stock right now, mainly for its dividend, to be honest with you. I looked at the company's balance sheet info, and they've been around a long time. So, but like I always say, I'm not here to give you guys expert advice on what stocks for you to buy. I'm just sharing information of what stocks that I'm into, and what I'm looking for here and there. With the climate is going on right now in the stock market, the growth is going to be very slow, very slow. So I just want to share with you guys um this other stock that I'm in as well. So, but like I said, as you guys can see, I'm using TD Ameritrade. And this is, like I said, the income estimator that I'm using, that it shows, a projection of, what I could be making annually with the stocks that I'm invested right now, and monthly. As you can see, it also shows the average dividend yield, and showing that 28 out of my 30 investments are paying right now out a dividend. So, and obviously that's going to increase for me over time. Like I said, I'm in this for the long haul. I'm not in this for short term or midterm. I'm looking for when the economy gets back up there, these stocks, should rise as well. So right now, I am definitely digging through, companies' balance sheets, because can these companies survive through these rough times right now, to come out on top later on, years down the road? Because the Feds have already said, which I said in the last video, the Feds are going to keep the interest rates low, and they're looking to hover around over a little bit over 2% inflation. So it's a good time if you have cash on hand, or if you have a good amount of savings and you're looking to invest. Definitely now is a good time to do it. Just be wary that either make sure you do your homework, or you get a financial advisor to help you to see, what you want to do when it comes to investing. Now, there's also a couple of stocks, IPOs, that haven't come out yet. Let me look at my notes so I can read it to you guys right here, because I had made some notes. One of them is Palantir, that I've been looking after, and so far, Palantir is going to will compete as a direct listing later this month, which is, I believe, Tuesday. Their IPO is supposed to drop. So, and its expected value is supposed to be 22 billion. So, but the thing that caught my eye was, Palantir is supposed to be $10 a share. Now, mind you, this IPO drops, and investors get their hand on it. That $10 a share could be $20 a share real quick, depending on how many investors want this stock. Now, being a low-level investor, trying to get into a stock like this, I'm sitting here watching for it to open, and then by the time I try to get in there, the stock might already jump up maybe $18, $20 a share within a blink of an eye, because it might be a stock that everybody might want in their portfolio. So that's one of the IPOs I'm looking out for. The next IPO I'm looking out for as well is Airbnb, and um, there has been no date for when their listing is supposed to be coming out, but it says here though that it had changed plans when it came to the pandemic, forced the executives to raise additional money. So, um, in my opinion, if I was Airbnb, I mean, if Airbnb come IPO comes out now, because Airbnb is more, is predicated on the economy and how well the economy is doing. Because if people are traveling, people are going places, people are using Airbnbs to stay in. You know what I mean? And as of right now, the travel and the tourism industry is still slow, very slow. Um, so I don't know if Airbnb is going to hold off to see if maybe they see things a little better. But I think if Airbnb waits a little bit, when certain things are set a little better, their IPO might be, people might buy their IPO more when things are getting better, maybe, versus things aren't looking so good. But I guess that all depends, because if they come out early and people grab the stock early while the tourism and everything is still low, it still might be a good buy either way, in my opinion. But those are two IPOs, me personally, I'm definitely looking to get into. No matter when no matter when Airbnb drops, that's definitely a stock that I want to own, because long term you have Airbnbs all over the world. And once, like I said, once people start traveling and once things pick up in the economy worldwide once again, I think Airbnb would do well. So, but just in conclusion, um, market volatility, like I said, the markets are always going to go up and down. So you just have to stay the course. Don't get too jumpy. Stick to your values and whatever you're looking for. And once again, when it comes to dividends, I'm always looking for quality over quantity. Quality companies that give out, dividends. And I have taken some risks myself here and there in certain companies, that I've just taken as well. Um, but I've always said that, sometimes you got to take a little risk here and there, as long as it doesn't cost you too much down the road. Because of course the number one rule is to not lose money, and of course rule number two is rule number one. So, um, just make sure, and those rules come from, what you call it, um, Warren Buffett himself. You never want to try to lose money in the stock market, and if you do, you want to mitigate that loss. But the market always goes up and down. The market won't always stay up, going up, up, up forever. You know what I mean? So you will have losses here and there. It's just a matter of how your portfolio is set to handle those losses, and make sure you have a fundamental base for your personal portfolio. So appreciate everybody listening to the video. If you can, hit that subscribe, hit the like button down below. Once again, I'm not here to tell you what stocks you should pick. I'm just sharing sharing my stocks that I have with you guys. And I will try to do this on a regular basis, so you guys can see what's going on in my portfolio, and what I'm looking at. So make sure you guys have a good day. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay blessed, and take it easy. Things will get better. It'll just take some time.